A pretty exciting game for the fans tonight, a 5-4 final. What did you make of the game overall, and how does it kind of impact your feelings about the trip over?
Well, I think when you look at the trip, I mean, obviously 4-6 was certainly what the goal was, and we had an opportunity to get 6 out of 6, and just didn't come to fruition. I mean, I thought we gave up, just too many odd man rushes tonight. I thought, this week we've done a great job of controlling the neutral zone, and so I thought that was certainly one of our weaknesses tonight, and then obviously special teams. But I thought the game could have went either way, and at the end of the day, they won the special teams battle, and we just couldn't get the tying goal at the end.
Still a successful road trip, would you say?
Well, I think anytime you come down through this, this 3-game set here with 3 tough buildings, and you can get 4-6, you got to be happy with it. So we stay at 500. It would have been nice to get 2 above, because we haven't seen that this year. But we've set our goal to try and get 4-6 every week, and we've got a lot of divisional appointments coming up now. So we'll just have to reset on Monday.
What do you learn about your team, seeing them up against some fresh competition, not the usual Laval, Toronto type schedule?
Yeah, I think for us it was real good to see some different teams. We've been playing really just within our division here, and to go into Lehigh and arguably probably our best game of the year, and have some success there, and even facing some adversity in the third period in Wilkes-Barre last night. It was a nice crowd there last night, and they were energized, and I thought we did a great job in the final 5 minutes to protect that 2-1 lead. So I think tonight's certainly shows us some of our younger guys what this league's made of in terms of people in the stands and atmosphere, and the greatest thing about hockey is the crowd can create that momentum changes, right? And obviously I know this building very, very well and what it can do for the home team, so I certainly feel that was a learning experience for us tonight.
Does the mood on the bench change a little bit when you do have that crowd, and you actually feel like you're at a rink and not just practice rink?
Yeah, absolutely. And our guys were into it. I could hear them talking in the second intermission about going out and winning the hockey game in front of a great atmosphere, and we felt it was a good hockey game as well. So these are exciting times to not only for our veteran guys, but just the way when you're playing in front of no fans, it's always difficult, and from a coaching perspective, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get them maybe motivated to their potential, right? And nights like tonight, if you're not energized to play hockey, then probably in the wrong business.
Now, the flip side of that is now you go back next week, you're going to go back to kind of the 50% or type building. How do you get the team back into that mode?
Yeah, it's funny because I was just thinking that during the second intermission. I don't know why. I just started thinking about, geez, we get some home games next week, and how do you top this atmosphere and pretty critical games. We got a stretch now of 7 divisional opponent, between Laval, Toronto, and Syracuse, and those are a lot of points here for playoff positioning. So, we're going to reset Monday, and hopefully get the guys rejuvenated, and hopefully just the divisional opponents coming in and those really important points up for grabs will be motivational enough.
If you look at Sogard, he gave up 5 goals tonight, but it seemed like he really held you in the game at different points.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I haven't looked at the goals, but certainly had a couple of power play goals, and I thought the first period, as I told the guys, we knew that based on Hershey's result last night that they were going to make that push in the first 10 minutes, and I thought he made 3 or 4 great saves, even though they got the lead. So once we got our game going and we calmed the game down and started scoring ourselves, I thought we were fine, but certainly they made some momentum pushes where I thought he was very, very good.
What sort of growth have you seen from him now? Really kind of taking over this number 1 job here.
Yeah, I certainly think that Sogard has the potential to be a number 1 goal in the NHL. I mean, his composure. Obviously he's got the big size in the net and moves very well, and I think he's just scratching the surface here. But if you look at his 1 month last year during the COVID season and what he's done this year so far, certainly I think the Senators have to be happy with where his development's at.
And then having Gustafsson back here to kind of be a push, what does that do for both goalies' development?
Yeah, well, I think goaltending is certainly our strength and our defense. We're a little thin out front, but Gus is coming off 2 great performances, and he's had a little bit of up and down season because he has spent some time up in the NHL, and but this week, he was fantastic in Lehigh, although we didn't give up much. But again, last night, third period, so it's going to be a great battle between those 2 guys here in the second half. And as I've told both guys, I do believe that they're certainly going to be the key to get us in one of those playoff playoff spots.
When you do get a guy like Gus back, after he's kind of been sitting around in Ottawa just practicing, how do you like to just get him into the action, or do you like to kind of ease him into it?
Yeah, we eased him in. Petey and I put a plan together, and we felt he needed some almost a reset and to get some practice time. And obviously, Petey and the goalie coach in Ottawa are on the same page, but it's still two different voices. So we spent some time, and that's why Sogard played the week before for the most part. And then, but we needed to get Gus in this week. Even though maybe Sogard should have played Tuesday, we felt it was important to get Gus in the net. And again, 3 years ago, he beat Lehigh 2-1, lost a shootout with 10 seconds, or a shutout with 10 seconds left. So, there was the right call. He did well, and then we went back with him based on the shutout Friday night.
Last thing, with taxi squads, everything kind of settling down the rosters, how's that made it maybe easier for you as a coach just to get some stability at the lineup?
Yeah, the stability factor has certainly played a big role for us here, probably in the last 3-4 weeks. We've gotten in some rhythm here with some games. Even when our roster was kind of settled, we had a 10-day break, and then we had another break where they were trying to reschedule games based on attendance. So now we feel we're in rhythm, and our roster seems to be stabilized, and hopefully here Ottawa, who's going through some injuries, can get at least a couple guys back to help our forward depth.